Today is Thursday, March 18th, and this is the fourth period class recording. We should be at the point where we have marked all of our previous module pages as done and viewed all of the assignments and the files. That's the only way to access this week's module. So if we're having trouble accessing this week's module, it's because you have not completed the previous module. And if all of that is true, it's unlikely that you're even able to watch this video because it will be on the Thursday page. So we need to watch the video in the announcements because I did post the Monday video in the announcements where I explained how to navigate through the module now. So this is why it's going to be very important for us to use the home page, not the dashboard, not the calendar, for navigating this module because everything has to be done in order. So notice, even though, because this GradeCam link was up higher in the module, so it does have a check mark beside it because I did use it earlier in the week, but I moved it down. So anytime that I rearrange the module, it won't make you redo stuff that you already did. So we do have a new Delta Math assignment for Unit 2, reviewing Unit 2. That Delta Math will count as your assessment grade, I guess. It's not going to actually count in the test category, but it will be worth either 20 or 30 points. I haven't decided yet. But that review assignment is going to count as our assessment grade for this unit. So we're not going to have a test over the weekend or anything like that when we finish this unit. Next week, we're going to have a 10-week review going all the way back to first unit. We'll probably spend one day reviewing transformations, and we'll spend a couple of days reviewing the beginning of Unit 2 with the polynomials and factoring and graphs, vertex form, completing the square, all of that, review everything. And then we'll have a 10-week test that will be in Canvas that will be worth a decent amount of points as well. So next week is going to be our week to review and get caught up and tie everything up in a nice little bow before we move on to Unit 3. So it's my goal to start Unit 3 by next Thursday, which will be rational and radical functions. So you guys have not been given your GradeCam code yet, and I'll make sure we get that by the end of class today, or if it falls through the cracks, I'll make sure that that link gets moved out of the way so that we can access the rest of our module. So we are currently focusing on making sure that we got paper copy of quizzes and we're completing that because we missed our submission due date. Or we're working on Quizlet Learn, which we will play a live game from Quizlet Learn once I get everybody's quizzes turned back in. So I did update this Quizlet set. The Quizlet link that was in there on Monday was way too difficult. I did not intend for it to be that hard. So those of you guys that were proactive and tried to complete the Quizlet from Monday, I'm so sorry. That was way too hard. I did not mean for it to be that challenging. This is a new Quizlet set. It does have 28 terms instead of the fewer ones, but it has a lot more vocabulary. So it's not all math. It's not all operation. Some of it is vocabulary. So we need to make sure that we play the game until all 28 terms are known well. You will lose points if you do not know them all well. So make sure you get all 28 at the very bottom, that last known well topic. So the image here is a link to the Quizlet set, and we are going to play a live game. So the code is on the board. So we can, those of us that are not working on quizzes, go ahead and put this code in so that we have the code. Write this on the board because I'm going to put the notes for 2999 practice. All right, so that code's on the board. And we are here. So this is page 14. I'm going to pause the video here, give about 10 more minutes to finish quizzes. And if you guys don't finish quizzes, that's just us taking a break so that everybody else can get a chance to play Quizlet live, and then I'll give you guys more time at the end of class to completely finish the quizzes. Okay, and we're back, like we never left. So that Quizlet set, you guys need to play the learn game until you learn all 28 terms and then submit that. So that'll be our warm-up tomorrow if you haven't worked on it and submitted it by tonight. So this is, I think it's not going to let me move on until I submit something. So we're going to submit. What are we going to submit? I'm going to submit something to make myself laugh later. Absolutely not. I'll get a chuckle out of that later. Okay, so once we finish and submit that, then Canvas is going to force you to open Delta Math. Which we do have a Unit 2 review in Delta Math. And now we can open the GradeCam student login. All of you guys have a green sticky note with a random assortment of numbers and letters as your code. Understand that you must submit your full first and last name with capital letters. If your last name is hyphenated, you need to put both of your last names in the code and log in. That's all I want to do. Just make sure that you can log in and that you are able to access GradeCam. That's it. GradeCam is a way for you guys to submit multiple choice assignments online, and it will grade them automatically for me, and it's easier for them to be added into PowerSchool. So like if there was a Canvas quiz that you missed, then I can assign it in GradeCam and I can like attach the PDF. So I think there might be an assignment in there. Is anybody able to log in? Okay. So yeah, I think I might have added like the files and everything, but I just didn't publish it yet. But that's something that we'll be using going into next week, probably closer to the end of next week. And the main reason for that is it's going to be a really good and easy way for you guys to complete makeup work. It's going to be a really good and easy way for you guys to turn in homework assignments. Like if we had the CUDA, I might start using GradeCam instead of CUDAWorks, because if I have the paper copies, like if I have y'all's paper assignment in your packet, I can add that assignment in GradeCam and have you submit the multiple choice answers there. And GradeCam just gives me really good reports, so I can see, okay, what question did everybody have trouble with, or how many people in first period compared to fourth period missed which questions and stuff like that. So it just gives me a lot of really helpful data with figuring this stuff out for where we need to go. I'll make sure that it gets put in Canvas. Yeah. So yeah, anything that is assigned in GradeCam will be added to Canvas. And like I said, it'll more than likely be like the worksheets that we would do in CUDA, or if you're like redoing the quizzes, that's something that I could put in there. Pretty much anything that's multiple choice. And there are some that I can put in like numerical responses as well. So GradeCam is pretty cool. So then looking at the Thursday page, this is where we're going to spend the last 10 minutes of class doing whatever it is that you need to do. So if we're not done with the paper quizzes that I gave you guys at the beginning of class. We need to finish that and turn it in. We can continue the Quizlet Learn, which I need to update this page because this looks really weird. So right now it has Desmos activity due Wednesday, but if we click on it, it actually says due Thursday, and we have to mark the Thursday page as done first. So I need to fix some stuff in this module. We are going to start the Desmos class activities in class tomorrow. So it's not actually due on Thursday. I put due Thursday because I wanted you guys to at least go look at it, but that is not actually due today. So if I mark this as done, and so for anything that is current, we don't have to be completely finished with that stuff. So I don't want you guys to get confused by what that means when we're marking the Thursday page as done. That's more so just making sure that we're aware of everything on the page. We know what we're supposed to do. So understand that Wednesday and Thursday, those are the same thing. And this is going to make me do the ed puzzle first, which I can't do in student view. So this is very important. There was way too many of you guys that had not completed this assignment. So I went back and edited. That's a weird word. I went back and made some changes to this assignment. So this is considered late. That's why I put late at the front. And I changed the due date to tonight so that it would show up at the front of you guys' calendar. Because even though it was still available, some of us are not paying attention to what's available and what's not. And I had it set as view in the module because I didn't want to block anybody's progress. But now it is set to be submitted tonight. So this is a review of the complex numbers lesson. This is worth 10 points, and I almost want to increase that because I spent like an hour making this video. This is a 40-minute video. So that's the other main reason why I went back and reassigned it, because I didn't spend an hour of my life making a video and explaining everything in clear and perfect detail for y'all to come in here and tell me you don't understand complex numbers. So we need to make sure that we watch that video. The Wednesday ed puzzle, and I'm going to jump out of student view because it's not going to let me show you. So this ed puzzle video covers practice 299. So we have the file at the top. Very good. I have 2 answers to grade. Lovely. So this is page 14, once it ever decides to load all the way. So my expectation is that everybody come in here tomorrow with page 14 fully finished and copied. I'm really not sure why the preview is not loading. So that's page 14. So understand page 12 and page 13 are identical duplicates. You do not have to copy page 12 to page 13. Here it comes. Kind of. All right, so this is the practice page. So you are not required to submit images for pages 12 and 14. So practice 299 was the last one that you had to submit images of. So if we go and look at the calendar, which I encourage you guys to use look at a link in another, or look at something in another tab so that it doesn't mess up what you're actually looking at. So we had practice 299 was due Tuesday. So that was pages 10 and 11. Do not email me images of your work. The preview is there. I believe that one is no longer available. So if there's a situation where you do the work, yep, it was due yesterday. So if there's a situation where you do the work but you miss the submission window, you can come to fifth period and show me that you did the work and you'll get partial credit. So for this one, this was 15 points. So if you come and show me that you went back and did the work and copied the notes, I'll give you 10 out of 15. I'll take 5 off for it being late, but 10 points is better than 0 points. So go back, use the file to copy the notes, fill everything in that didn't get filled in, and then you can come to fifth period and show me. Understand that if you're not required to stay for fifth period, you can leave early if you have your own ride. You're not required to stay until 2:30 unless you're in that mandatory fifth period group. If you are in the mandatory fifth period group, you need to go to the library first and check in because they are keeping your attendance. And they know that you guys are allowed to come and see me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Do not come up here until 1 o'clock. My door will be closed until 1 o'clock. You need to wait patiently in the hallway or in the 310 lab with Miss Tina until 1 o'clock. Then you can come up here. So that pretty much covers what I want us to know about today. So if we're looking at our Google Doc agenda, which this is in Canvas. I just went to the Google Doc because it was easier. We have check marks by everything that we should have completed up to now. We have some of the links, which I think this one is, some of these links are, this is the old Quizlet link, I believe. Yeah, we're going to take that out. See, I think that was the old link, so I took that one out. And yeah, starting tomorrow, we'll be in our Desmos class activities, reviewing average rate of change, systems, and then regression, probably more so going next week.